Y&R Spoilers that the threat behind the sinister plot. Summer Newman is faced with a sinister secret that forces her to rethink her family relationships. When she discovers Victor Newman and Audra Charles's dark plans, Summer can't help but feel a chill, especially when she learns that her grandfather is willing to do anything, even risk the lives of others, to achieve his goals. This plot involves not only Victor's own personal gain, but also has the potential to destroy the relationships Summer holds most dear, including Kyle Abbott and Claire Newman. When Summer hears what Victor is planning, she can't believe her ears. The man she always considered the protector of her family, the man who always appeared strong and confident, is willing to do anything to bring Kyle down and ruin Claire's life. Summer is disgusted, not only by what her grandfather did, but also by what she is facing, a family world she has never truly understood. Audra Charles, whom Summer once thought of as a trusted friend, is becoming a middleman in this dark plot. Although she has not fully agreed to participate in the plan to take down Kyle, the signs of Audra's hesitation in her decision make Summer even more worried. Audra has not only rejected the temptation of a romantic relationship with Kyle, but instead is planning to assist Victor in exposing Kyle's true nature to Claire. This only makes things more complicated for Summer, as she realizes that, if Audra continues to go further in this plot, Kyle will become the victim of a power play he has no idea about. Summer cannot stay silent when she knows what is happening. She is faced with a difficult decision: should she warn Kyle Abbott about what awaits him? Summer's loyalty to the Newman family is tested as she confronts a painful truth about her grandfather. However, her love and protectiveness for Kyle are undeniable. She knows that if she doesn't act now, Kyle will fall into a trap from which he cannot escape. But can she trust her judgment when caught between betrayal and duty to her family? The situation becomes even more tense when Audra does not outright reject Victor's offer, but instead hesitates to decide whether or not she should join in on the plan. The allure of a dream job, a position Audra has always wanted, may be the deciding factor in making her step into a dangerous game without seeing the consequences. If Audra agrees to help Victor, it will not only affect Kyle, but it could ruin Claire's life. The brutality of Victor's plan is clear: he wants to do everything he can to prove that Kyle is not worthy of Claire, and thus, destroy their romance. Once Claire learns what is happening, will she be able to forgive those who have taken advantage of her? Will she realize the conspiracy behind her lover's appearance? Victor Newman is not only a powerful man in his world, but also a ruthless strategist. With the sole goal of protecting his family and maintaining control, Victor is ready to use all the tools at his disposal, including Audra, to disrupt anything that could threaten his power. What he is planning is not only a dirty business, but also a dangerous psychological war against his loved ones. This story will continue to develop with the dramatic decisions of Summer, Audra, and Victor. Will Summer have the courage to face her grandfather and stop this conspiracy before it is too late? Or will she have to choose between family and love, between protection and betrayal? And will Audra truly stand by Victor, or will she find a way to escape the trap she has unwittingly fallen into? A story full of drama and surprises awaits the audience of The Young and the Restless, where wrong decisions can change the lives of many, and a never-ending battle for power. Summer Newman and the Battle of Choices, Victor and Audra's conspiracy in the world of intrigue and calculation on The Young and the Restless. Difficult decisions not only threaten careers but also involve choices between family, love, and loyalty. And for Summer Newman, she is at a crucial crossroads in her life, facing the machinations of her grandfather, Victor Newman, and a woman she has always felt an untrustworthy relationship with, Audra Charles. This story will take viewers on a battle not only between power intrigue, but also a tense confrontation between loyalty and love. When Summer discovers Victor and Audra's dark plans, she cannot believe that her grandfather, whom she has always trusted, could go to such savage lengths. Victor, with all his power and control, is willing to do anything to bring down Kyle Abbott and destroy his relationship with Claire Newman. This plan is not simply a business strategy, but a punch to the heart of those Summer loves, especially when it comes to Kyle. Meanwhile, Audra becomes an important link in this conspiracy. Although she does not fully agree to participate, her hesitation shows that she may accept Victor's offer if everything goes according to plan. Summer faces a difficult situation when Summer discovers that Victor plans to use Audra to destroy Kyle and Claire's relationship. She cannot sit idly by. However, this also puts Summer in a dilemma. She knows that if Audra gets close to Kyle, one of two things will happen: either Audra will go along with Victor's plan, seduce Kyle and ruin his relationship with Claire, or she will actually fall for Kyle, making things more complicated than ever. It's easy to imagine Summer worrying about that prospect. She knows that Audra is a complex and unpredictable person. Although Audra has refused to seduce Kyle into a relationship, Summer can't be completely at ease. She fears that as Victor's plan unfolds, Audra will slowly become drawn to Kyle and possibly form a real relationship, leaving Kyle in a difficult position between love and duty. Tension rising, Summer discovers a plot. The deeper Summer gets into the situation, the more she realizes that she may be the only one who can uncover this plot and stop it. Victor isn't one to be fooled, but Summer may be the key to finding out what's really going on behind his back. If she decides to warn Kyle, it could put a strain on her relationship with the Newman family, especially Victor, who expects Summer to be completely loyal. However, Summer can't help but feel anxious and stressed. She can't let Kyle fall into Audra's hands, no matter how hard she tries to ignore the reality. Her protectiveness and love for Kyle are causing her to struggle, especially when faced with the fact that Victor, the grandfather she's always admired, could have such a brutal plan for the people she loves. Audra's final decision, to do or not to do? The big question in this story is, what will Audra do? Will she really continue to participate in this plot of Victor's, or will she refuse and withdraw herself from the plan to destroy Kyle and Claire's relationship? Audra clearly has not made a final decision yet, but her hesitation makes things unpredictable. She knows that the promise of the dream job that Victor has promised her is something she cannot refuse. However, she also understands that if she participates in this plan, she will become a saboteur, not only for Kyle, but also for her relationship with Summer and the Newman family. Will Audra have the courage to withdraw and refuse to participate in this plot, or will she become the one who helps Victor carry out his cruel plan? Her decision will not only change Kyle's life, but also affect all the relationships around her. Audra may realize that she cannot continue down this path without hurting the people she loves. While Victor wants to do one thing, prove that Kyle doesn't deserve Claire, Summer must choose between protecting the person she loves and protecting her family. It's a battle whose outcome is unpredictable. Victor will stop at nothing to achieve his goal, but can Summer find a way to stop her grandfather and save Kyle from a disastrous end? In addition, Kyle will face difficult decisions as he gradually realizes that not everyone in his family wants him to be happy. As for Claire, she will have to make a decision about her relationship with Kyle, especially when she learns what's going on behind her back. This story is a testament to the fact that in the world of the young and the restless, nothing is certain, and every decision can change the lives of those involved. Summer, Victor, Audra, Kyle, and Claire are all at a major crossroads, and only time will tell who will emerge victorious in this power struggle. Love, loyalty, and betrayal. In the conspiratorial world of the young and the restless, every decision can change not only a person's life, but also the complex family relationships and uncompromising power struggles. Summer Newman, a young woman caught in a dilemma, must confront the dark plots of Victor Newman involving Audra Charles and Kyle Abbott. Will Summer have the courage to warn Kyle, or will she side with her grandfather in his plot to destroy his relationship with Claire Newman? The complex relationships between Kyle, Claire, and Victor are becoming the center of a ruthless plan to destroy everything they have built. Victor, unhappy with Kyle's feelings for Claire, decides to use Audra as a pawn in his power game. His goal is nothing more than to prove that Kyle is not worthy of Claire, and if his plan succeeds, Kyle and Claire's relationship will collapse. Summer is faced with a difficult choice when Summer discovers Victor and Audra's dark plan. She can't believe what she's hearing. The grandfather she's always loved, the man she thought was the protector of the family, is now plotting a ruthless plan to take Kyle down. This leaves Summer confused and upset, because she didn't expect her grandfather to be willing to do anything to achieve his goals. Summer's relationship with Kyle becomes increasingly complicated, as she comes to terms with her growing feelings for him, and the family relationships are at stake. Summer can't help but worry about Audra, the person she never trusted. Although Audra has refused to seduce Kyle, Summer cannot rest assured that she will not be drawn into this power play and actually start a relationship with Kyle. This makes Summer even more confused, as she realizes that she is not only facing Victor's plot, but also a potential threat from the person she hates the most, Audra. Can Summer interfere with Victor's plan? In this situation, Summer may be the only one who can stop Victor's plan. She may decide to confront her grandfather, to clarify the truth and warn Kyle about what is threatening him. However, this is not an easy decision, because betraying the family will be able to forever change Summer's relationship with Victor and the rest of the Newman family. If Summer decides to warn Kyle, she will face a backlash from Victor, who will not give up easily. But if she doesn't act, Summer will suffer the anxiety and helplessness of watching Kyle and Claire's relationship be brutally destroyed. While Summer may feel a tinge of jealousy towards Claire, she also can't accept that her grandfather would go to such lengths to destroy a good relationship. Victor's plan, using Audra as a pawn. Victor doesn't just want to destroy Kyle and Claire's relationship, he also plans to create a situation that Kyle won't be able to escape from. Using Audra as part of his strategy, Victor hopes that she will drive a wedge between Kyle and Claire. Audra, with her charm and cunning, can be an effective tool to lure Kyle into an unwanted relationship. This will not only hurt Kyle, but also damage everything he has built. However, Audra is not someone who can be easily manipulated. Despite refusing to seduce Kyle, she is still in a dilemma. She knows that if she doesn't agree with Victor, she won't have a chance to fulfill her dreams and ambitions. And whether she refuses to participate in this plan or not, she will still have to face dire consequences. Audra's hesitation makes things even more complicated, and Summer can't help but worry that Audra will not only join in on the plot but may actually fall for Kyle, which she can't accept. The relationship between Summer, Kyle, and Claire. In this context, Summer is facing difficult emotions. She can't deny her feelings for Kyle, but at the same time, she can't stand by and watch her grandfather destroy his happiness. Can she maintain her loyalty to her family without hurting the people she loves? The relationship between Kyle and Claire is slowly becoming a pivotal point in this story, as the tug-of-war between love and loyalty becomes increasingly apparent. Victor is determined to prove that Kyle is not worthy of Claire, but can he really succeed in his scheme? Audra, though undecided, may be the deciding factor in this story, and Summer must make a big decision about whether or not she should interfere with this plan. She knows that her actions will have major consequences, not only for herself but for those around her. Conclusion: can Summer save the day? This story is still opening up a future full of dangers and surprises. Can Summer stop Victor's scheme and save Kyle from Audra? Or will she let go and let love and power intertwine, creating an outcome they will all regret? The world of the young and the restless has always been a place where intrigue and loyalty are tested, and this time, Summer will have to decide the fate of herself and those she loves.